Welcome back to Lit Notes Pro. So in today's section, we'll be knowing that what kind of questions are being asked in Jadavpur University UG, which means BA entrance test. Okay, because unlike most universities, Jadavpur University always conduct their own entrance exam in order to ensure new admission. Okay, they do not just admit any student based on HS result. Okay, they do not do this. They do it 50-50 weightage. Okay, what this 50% based on your HS result and 50% would be based on the marks you'll get from your entrance exam. Okay, so this is so in that video simple way I'll break down that which kind of questions will come and what kind of preparation you require to take. So don't skip any part of the video, try to listen fully, and those who are new to Lit Nose Pro, subscribe the channel. I always come up with new videos, and even on people's demand or students comment, this is what I do follow and try to always cater to this demands. Okay, so you always know that this is an exam, that entrance exam, which is supposed to be okay, and in general it is quite competitive. Okay, there's so many people are applying. It's not that just you expect 50 to 60 to apply. No, there are approximately like 3000 student even can apply, but the CS are only 50. Okay, so you have to understand the competition level is too much, but you have not to worry about this because here your memory hasn't been tested. Okay, here you have to develop your critical thinking, your independent thought, your level of understanding, which if you'll be with me for that next 1.5 month, if you'll follow my channel for next 1.5 month, I can assure you that your critical thinking, your understanding level will be increased. You will be prepared for that entrance exam. How I can see it? Because I am someone who has like herself written books. So in order to write books you should be having independent thinking, and it's a written exam. Writing skill of yours is being tested here too. So as an author I can guide you how best thing you can write, and as a researcher I am a researcher. I have published my research papers, so I can tell you that which kind of writing can impress the the people who will evaluate your writing exam papers. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that this is necessary. Don't be panic just knowing that 3000 people will be applying. So what I can do when just 50 would be acknowledged for that admission, you do not require to think this way. For the timing you think, you may be having that level of understanding, critical thinking, which they do not lack. So which they do not have. Okay, so that having of your this knowledge will make you different from those who do not have it. Okay, so those who are now just focusing their time in memorizing, so how far they would be doing, they still won't be able to qualify it because it's not a memory test. Okay, so you have till now you have understood it's a competitive exam, but I am telling you it's not tough to qualify if you can believe on yourself, if you are ready to study literature in the way you are supposed to study literature, not in the way that there's you have to write in examination, you memorize a note. No, you read in the way it's supposed to be read, that the text is something trying to tell you, and what the story is, what you can put the story in different situation, how new thinking can generate through the story. Such questions are being asked. So this thing I believe that if you watch my videos, you would be automatically starting thinking this way, and you'll be able to implement it in your examination, which will help you. Okay, so a little bit we should be knowing regarding the pattern. Okay, so which is very much important, I do believe that, and you all agree that without knowing a pattern, how can anybody, okay, go for any exam? Okay, so like before knowing the pattern, I you see that the examination time is 2.5 hours. Okay, and the total marks of your exam is 130. So total marks is 130 and time is total 2.5 hours. Okay, so like now we'll be understanding the pattern of that exam, which is very much important. Okay, without knowing the pattern, you can't be prepared fully. Okay, so in today's section, I just had made that small note to make you understand regarding the pattern and all. But in next section, you'll see that I'll be showing you the actual question paper. I mean, which kind of questions in reality comes up in the examination hall, and how you are supposed to be fully prepared for it. Okay, this is what we'll be doing in the next section. So here you are seeing that part 1 there would be MCQs. Okay, 30 MCQs would be there, and for that 30 marks available. Okay, this is what you can be seeing here. Listen, then the part 2 says there would be 40 questions from a poem. Okay, and 4 questions would be there. So the part 1 you have seen, there would be MCQs. 30 MCQs would be there in part 1. In part 2 the total marks is 40 and 4 essay type questions would be there. So each question containing of 10 marks. So 4 questions of 40 marks. And the third part is 1 essay question containing 50 marks, and 4 part logic argument based question containing 10 marks, and that's total your 130. Okay, so you can see except the part 1, other parts are containing essay type questions. Okay, so you have to now understand how much your written skill is necessary here. Okay, and how to improve your written skill, this is what I'll deal in my next sections, that how you can improve your written skills. Okay, so part 1 which says that there would be 30 multiple choice questions containing of 30 marks. There you should be knowing that without having 80% here, you won't be able to do, or you won't be able to get admission in that Jadavpur University, because it's the necessity here that you should be getting 80%. Mean you do understand that what you are isn't, sorry, not 80%, 60%. Okay, so you have to like get 60% in the MCQ section. In another university it was 80%, but here it is 60% you have to get in that MCQ section. Okay, so this is what necessary for you. So 60% mean 30 out of 80. So you have to get 18 marks out of 30. Then you will be eligible to be admitted, but still not be eligible if you can't get overall 80%, because there would be competition so much. Okay, so poem based 40 marks total for essay type question. For that you have to develop your critical thinking. Okay, yes, because here nowhere it would ask you to write a simple summary or write a simple critical appreciation. You have to put something different from others. You have to put something which others aren't putting in their note, in their answers. So this is how Then one essay question is the vital. There you have to put something there that will compel the evaluator to choose you and to give you the marks which can confirm your admission. Okay, so this is what I'll teach you one small steps that how, which kind of writing you should be writing and how you would be writing. Okay, everything will teach. Lodging argument based, for that you have to develop the skill of argument. Okay, this is all this will be teaching. So overall you have seen 130 marks, where the part 1 is valuable because it is something which is compulsory to gain at least 60 marks, which is 18 out of 30. So this is what, so as I had told you that this written exam is equally important to your 12th result, because 50% 12 result and the 50% of the written exams result would be calculated ultimately in order to decide will you be admitted to that university, or do you deserve to be admitted in that university. So this is what, if you have got less in your HS, still you would be assured. If you get good in entrance, you will be admitted. If you get great in your HS, still you have to know that you have to prepare all for entrance, because so many are preparing hard indeed for entrance. Okay, and you definitely put so much effort on entrance. Okay, because it always conduct it, even not for a year we hadn't seen it to be dropped. So that's the emphasis it put on it. So you have to now know the expected cutoff which was asked by one student, and this is what I would be saying that cutoff is actually, as I told you, 50% plus 50% weightage. It would be calculated taking from your marks, taking from your class 12 result, and as well as taking from your entrance exam result. Okay, so like general category actually or most of the time requires 85 to 92%, and SC ST OBC requires 80%. Okay, this 80% and 85 and 92% is not just about HS result. Okay, there would be a combined result of your HS, 50% taken from your HS and another 50% taken from your entrance exam result, and that then it would be calculated, and after that you would be knowing the general. Mostly in last cases happen that they could take admission when they got 85 to 92, and SC ST was 80%. So you have to think that you have to at least score 90%, but certain times there is a different sort of situation goes on. Sometimes it may go slow too. Okay, it's not unexpected, but we'll go thinking it to be the exact as the last time, and we'll take a hard preparation. Okay. So why the cutoff is too high, you may ask, because the question answer is because maximum student get 95% in their HS result. Okay, nowadays most people 95%, like 95%, even 90% student do get above the 90% marks. You had seen, you yourself even get it, even in that last exam you got it. Okay, so maximum get it. So in order to balance the system, because who do not getting it, they have to balance it. So for that only is the cutoff is high. So what geo examiners look for? Originality of thought. They look for your thinking should be original. You would be having critical depth. The thing which you are seeing from the lens, people are usually not seeing. This is what they expect. They expect the eye to see. That eye not seeing the visual things only, but seeing something beyond of this. Then linguistic precision. They are something related to metaphor, related to this rhetoric you should be knowing. Okay, in that context I would say that I have a video on rhetoric uploaded here in this channel. You may follow that video, you may watch it, and this is very much helpful for you to understand the process of rhetoric. In that video I do not teach you rhetoric in the way others to teach, because it takes time to learn. If that way I had to teach, I taught you in a simple way. I did make contrast between two figures of speech and made it easier how to understand it. I took examples from real life and then made you understand. Like I have said, how simile making comparison by using as, while metaphor makes comparison without using anything like as and like. It's a direct kind of an comparison. So like that way I had gone with other figures of speech, which is helpful for you to understand, because in that MCQ section such question can be expected. Okay, so in later section of the video I'll come up with the real question paper of few years. Okay, I'll show you that which kind of questions came in previous year examination, what you can definitely expect in your examination. For the timing, stay connected with Litmus Pro, and if you have any doubt, any query, please write it in the comment section. I'll try to give reply always on time and try to come up with new videos on students demands. Thank you for watching.